Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton are reeling after they found out what Americans just gave Melania Trump for Christmas. Trump haters in the mainstream media have been ruthless, pounding the First Lady with fake news, lies all year, and now they are eating every ugly word as Americans just proved how much they love her. Melania woke up to this awesome Christmas gift that really touched her, and it's causing the leftist ruts to panic. You're going to love this. What can Americans who love Melania Trump get her for Christmas? We all know the First Lady has every material thing that she has ever wanted. So what gift could Americans give her to show how much she is loved? How about breaking the record books in jumping a whopping 17 points in her approval rating in less than 1 year? Melania Trump's recent approval rating went from 37% when the president took office in January 2017 to 54% in December 2017. In fact, this is something that neither Michelle or Hillary could ever do. When you factor in that these polls are done by liberal outlets, who knows how high her real approval rating is? This Gallup poll includes other factors the leftists refuse to include that we'll address later, which really puts her at around 67%. A majority of Americans have favorable views of First Lady Melania Trump 11 months after President Trump took office, according to a new Gallup poll. 54% of Americans polled said they viewed the First Lady favorably, up 17 points from January when only 37% of Americans viewed her favorably, reported The Hill. But there's more. If you're wondering if Michelle Obama or Hillary Clinton ever achieved anything near a 17-point jump in approval, the answer is not even close. In fact, Michelle's approval tanked after 1 year in office, The Washington Post reported. The report explains that she took office in January 2009 with an extremely high 72% approval rating. But after 1 year, she dropped to 61%, losing 11 points. So, after Americans experienced Michelle as the First Lady, they wanted a refund. The truth of the Obama's high approval ratings can be explained easily. People were hesitant to say they didn't like the first African Americans to hold the highest office in the land. It's like reverse racism. Americans did not want to seem racist by saying they did not approve of the Obamas. Yet, after living a whole hellish year with the Obamas in charge, Americans hated what Michelle Obama was doing, and it showed in her polls. CNN's Ana Navarro, who makes her living as a Trump-hating shrew, decided to bash Melania's 17-point jump in approval. Because Navarro's such a feminist who supports women, right? The whole CNN cast of slimy characters was completely caught off guard with this awesome news and couldn't help but show disgust. Bashing the president and the First Lady. This is why this is such a big deal. What matters most is the rating after you have been in office, after the American public can assess your job performance. Not your rating before you take office, and after almost 1 full year, Americans love what Melania Trump is doing so much, they gave her a huge Christmas gift in that 17-point bump in approval. One other huge difference is that 13% of the people polled had no opinion, reported Daily Mail. So, if you factor them in as not disapproving, the real number for Melania could be as high as 67%. As only 33% said they disapprove of her. We need to dissect these polls, as the leftists tend to focus on the negative when it comes to the Trumps. How about Hillary's numbers as the First Lady? Her highest as FLOTUS was 56% approval, which is shocking since these polls are usually skewed in favor of the Democrats, as we saw in the polls right before the 2016 presidential election. You can bet Michelle and Hillary are losing it over Melania's fast rise since those two are politicos who cherish polls and approval ratings. So, Melania Trump has already achieved something Michelle and Hillary could never do. No first lady in modern times has ever climbed higher so quickly in approval. It is indeed one for the record books. Speaking of records, Michelle Obama's overall approval rating tapped out at 66%, which is nothing next to former First Lady Laura Bush, who soared to an overall 72%. Or even Barbara Bush, who rocked approvals at 81%, The Washington Post reported. As hard as the leftist rats try to make America hate our First Lady, all of their scoffing and negative press did the exact opposite. Americans rejected the lies and love the job that our new FLOTUS is doing. So, congratulations and best wishes to our wonderful First Lady Melania Trump. We are all praying for her continued success in the coming new year.